There we go, recording. All right. So what do I see here? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to look for like this edge is like the column of the that is at the end of this little small dining area leading out into that lighter more open area. And then the back edge of that floor is like maybe there. And then here is the bigger like brick column that's closer to me that looks like it's this goes all the way up out of the top and out of the bottom. And then there is the tile, edge of the tile that comes through here. So right now, like you'd kind of sketch like this, I'm just kind of making a few guesses based on observation. There's this like doorway. There's the window, maybe a little more narrow. Mm-hmm. There is the potted plant. So I'll sketch that in kind of as a placeholder right there. That's not so tall. There's a column there. There's more window. And then that's where this taller column is right there. Good. So if I start with, I can have this edge. I can see there's a opening, the door that's open to the outside. Then there's this with the kind of like ladder window. There's brick column and then more window here, which is the same. These muntins are the same from one to the other, so I wasn't really doing that very carefully. Um, and then right there is this column that is much closer to me. So the space as I'm drawing it here is pretty narrow. There's more to the left here. Okay, so here I can see the base of this brick column, and then here is the back of one of the chairs. And the edge of this is kind of like the edge of the table, chair is somewhere like right there. Table. This edge is lower than this edge. Actually, the back of this chair is right about the same as the edge of the floor right there. This door that's open to the outside. I'll just sketch in there is the grass and the window. I'm sorry, the grass and the fence, tree, stuff out there. That's fine. Then there's a little concrete pad. Okay. So all this is just sketching to establish position and approximate scale. Um, this goes taller because I've got ceiling up here. And then this comes down. There, the edge of this column is cropped by the back of the chair here. Small floor here. It's up there. Now, if I were to try to find a vanishing point, if I like take the edge of the table, I think the top of this column, I can see this like column and the ceiling. There's like this track lighting. Seems like there's a vanishing point somewhere like around here. Yeah, so that's interesting to see this. The different like these sections of the ceiling turn the corner here. Okay. Brick. This photo is a little dark. We'll have to just like do our best with the back of these chairs. There are two chairs here, and well, maybe we're just going to have to, guess you could try like lightening the contrast of them. We'll see. I'm not going to worry too much about this lower part if I can't see it that well, and I don't, so don't worry too much about that. There, I can see the space between, I think this is just like a small carpet right there. Oh, this is wider. This goes much closer to this column. Oh. You know, it still happens no matter how long I do this. I still sometimes I'm drawing without really paying attention. And so if it happens to you, don't worry too much. It's pretty normal. Column. There is a reflection of the column on the floor here. Reflection of this. And this is all reflection, reflection, reflection. Straighten this. Yeah, so there's actually kind of a lot of detail over on this side here. Here. All right. And then there is the plant, shelf. So something that's kind of complex like these shelves. I want to look just more like this rectangle, this rectangle, this rectangle. That is a much better way to begin. And I just kind of go from like one edge and just sort of progressively like one edge, to another and see how they're connected to each other. I'm just like running out of room here. Okay. This plant obscures some of this area down here. Sits on the table. About here. I'm gonna shade the back of that chair. Shade the back of this chair, corner of the table. Got it. And then edge of the table, it goes up like here. Okay. So some of these things on the shelves. That's okay. So I'm just looking for shape. It's always, especially like at the beginning of this, just sketching this out, I want to see just like more like just larger shapes. This is probably a little taller than that. Um, It's the triangular, like a triangular vent in the wood. Yeah, I think I can get a little bit of detail with the side. Column. We ran into this that first day when you drew that hallway down in H facing the window to the library. The brick, this surface of the column that's receding, the divisions of the brick have to, change each time they go, change for the height each time going to the vanishing point. Okay, there. I think I'm going to crop my drawing maybe like up here. And oh, sorry, this drawing is not sitting straight. There we go. That's a little better. Let's see. See down there very clearly. So I think I won't worry about that for the moment. All right. All right. It's not bad. One of the things I'm going to have to start doing, like, is looking around and seeing where I have areas of higher contrast, just so that I can make things show up better. Even like up here, just putting a stronger edge for the edge of the ceiling. See a little bit of that. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. But I want this to be graphically clear. Sometimes you have to exaggerate contrast to make something easier for the viewer to see. Oh, yeah. Go right under the table. Eraser, kind of smear that a little bit. Maybe try to make it a little bit more solid. Better. Okay. Okay, starting to come together a little bit. I can't see, it looks like this is like a wall up to here. Can't see for sure, but I think I'll just say that, fill that guy in there a little bit. A little darker on the ceiling here. And try. All the way down to here. So they kind of stick out sideways in a pattern. They stick downward. And really, it's just like a that like bulb shape and then a black rectangle. Yeah, it's enough. So this is, I'm kind of, looking at it, I'm starting to accomplish what I want to accomplish, and that is to create a facsimile of the image I see in the photograph or the interior. Um, it is getting down to where I might want some more detail. These are a little bit. Darker. Something here I can't see very clearly. Bigger. Sorry, I should have enlarged that earlier. Let's try this. This is very dark down in here. This table has some really like clear grain in it. I want to just do some of that. Roll the pencil, and I just kind of like rolling it in my fingers like that. Maybe something looks kind of grainy. More deliberate about the marks for this plant sitting on the table. Also some little bit of, a little bit like a basket weave. Okay. Yep. No. Let's make things still darker here. Well, it helps to make this um, objects in the shelving and just like darken the shadows in this the cavity here for the shelving. I'm assuming there's like this end to the depth in there. Well, Or with the plant, I mean, really have to carefully fill in around the plant leaves. Not quite straight, not coming up right from the. Here, let's make the pot a little bit bigger. I think is most accurate. Better. Slowly getting the values built up to get these like mid to dark values in the brick and the wood. Could still go darker. This channel should be darker up there, especially. Not as dark here. Okay. Yeah, this, I guess you could, try to lighten the picture a little bit. Um, but let's, we won't worry too much about. I think I can see a little bit of the leg here, maybe. What am I drawing here? There's my drawing. Thanks. There, that's nice. Um, I could spend a little more time on some refinements, maybe with light shading here. Or even might get a little bit of the brick edge. See, there's a little indentation for the space between the bricks. Yeah, it's pretty good. Can help to get this, like the darker area, to make that area back there look lighter. This kind of thing still needs to be a little bit darker. Okay. So slowly I'm refining it, but I'm still maintaining this kind of loose sketch quality. I hope this looks like that interior. I think it does more or less. I recognize it. So if I needed to come back and straighten things out, I could. But in the spirit of a freehand sketch, as you know, I don't want you using a straight edge. I don't, you can leave things, you can leave things loose in terms of like, the edges being some of the edges being imprecise, but I want the image to be clear. I want it to be clear. I want it to be clear what it is. So like things like contrast, I'm worrying about, like making sure I get contrast where I have it so that I can see edges. Sometimes, your contour line is what will give you a clear edge. And it's important here because the value of this brick surface and this wood surface are very similar. So graphically, you want that strong contour line so that you can separate those two surfaces. Okay. Any questions about this? Oh, hold on a second. Right. I think I had my, no. Okay.